You know, I'm not a nice person. I'm really not. And I guarantee you, if you knew exactly what it meant to be a nice person yourself, I'm pretty confident you wouldn't want to be a nice person either. And that's exactly what we're going to get into in today's video, so stay tuned. Hi, welcome back to the channel. I'm so glad you're here. If you haven't been here before, my name is Jamal Javanji. I'm a life coach by profession. I'm the founder and CEO of a coaching and consulting company called Free to Love Coaching Solutions, LLC. And I'm also the Amazon best-selling author of a book called Living for a Living. And I really want to talk to you about this concept of what it means to be nice. And we're going to contrast that a little bit later with what it actually means to be kind. And those aren't the same things. And I know a lot of us probably think they are the same things. There's direct implications for how we live our life depending on how we understand these two terms. But what does it mean to be nice? And here's what I've discovered over time, okay? Oftentimes people who pride themselves on being nice and really work hard at being nice, they have an agenda. And that agenda is they want people to like them. They want people to see them as a friend. They want other people to see them as somebody worthy of being, accepted and part of the in crowd, right? A lot of times people who are nice, who've learned to be nice to people, they need acceptance and validation from other people. And they really desire that and want that. And so being nice is a strategy that we often learn at a young age. It's a survival instinct. It's a survival mechanism. So we learn how to put on a nice smile, right? We learn how to say the right thing, to come across as pleasant, to get along, right? Just to get along, go along to get along. Oftentimes that's what people do, and you've heard that saying, just go along to get along. We learn how to do this, and we learn how to be nice. But here's a problem with, and this has just been, I'm speaking from my own experience in my own life, as a formerly nice person, and also as someone who's had experience with a lot of nice people. Nice people, they tend to not be authentic. They lack authenticity. Have you ever experienced this? Have you ever been around somebody who they're always pleasant, they're always smiling, they always say the right thing, they always want to go along to get along? Have you ever been around those kind of people? Maybe you've been that kind of person. You've probably noticed that underneath the surface, something comes across as inauthentic. You're not exactly sure if that's the truth you're getting, or how does that person really feel, right? There's a lack of authenticity. In a few minutes, we're actually going to take apart that word authenticity. There's actually a couple more words, and there's going to be something really powerful that we're going to extract from actually 3 words. One of those is authenticity, and it's going to change your life. So my discovery is that nice people, whether it's myself or somebody else, nice people, if you operate in niceness, nice people are very unreliable. They're very fickle. They don't have a real strong foundation. And for example, and I experienced this, personally speaking, I experienced this with a friend. I had a friend one time, going back many years, and this friend she had a hard life, went through a lot of difficult circumstances throughout her journey. And I began to really take an interest in her and her family. I started to invest in them. I started to be just of service, because that's my heart, is to be of service to people. And I really poured a lot of time and energy into this person who became a close friend of myself and my family, and I became a close friend to her and her family, and I spent a lot of time really helping them navigate difficult situations and overcoming challenges. And I prided myself in being really nice to them because I knew the history, right? She had a history, her family had a history of people who would come into their lives and then turn on them or bail on them or walk out on them. And I did not want to be one of those people. So I worked really hard and I tried to be over the top, nice. But what I noticed over many months and years, actually, what I noticed is that this person who really would come to me when there was a crisis situation, this is way before I got into coaching, life coaching. So this is many years ago, a whole different chapter of my life. But this person would go through crisis after crisis after crisis, right? And they'd come to me for advice and for input, and I would spend a lot of my hours and my heart pouring out, really trying to help that person fix their issues and get ahead in life. And oftentimes it just went nowhere, right? No matter how much energy or time I poured into that person, it was like there was a black hole, right? It was almost like there was a no bottom, there was a leak in that bucket, to use that analogy, right? All the water I poured in eventually leaked out, and we were just always back to square one. Have you ever experienced that? Have you ever just poured your life into somebody and it just goes nowhere because they don't listen to you, they don't take your advice, and it just goes nowhere? Well, this happened for me. And I started noticing over time that my niceness was not actually helping them. I was being really nice, but it wasn't actually helping her or her family. And I came to a conclusion. I had a lot of just awareness, a lot of things I went through personally in my own personal life, and I realized that I wasn't actually being kind to them. I was being nice because I was afraid of hurting them. And anytime we do things out of fear, like maybe you're afraid to hurt somebody, well, that's still fear. Fear makes it makes a really bad motivation for anything you do. So we may mean well, but if we're afraid of hurting somebody, and so we're not doing something because we're afraid of the ramifications of that, you're not operating from your highest power, because fear and love are opposite realities. Okay? If you operate from a state of love, and I would even use the word kindness, which we're going to talk about in a minute, it's very different than operating from fear. And when you're nice, overly nice to people, a lot of times it's because you're afraid of hurting them, or afraid maybe they won't like you, they'll reject you, they'll get upset with you. And all of that was happening with me, and I realized that. So I made a decision to be authentic and to be honest from kindness. And I had a conversation with this lady, and I brought to her attention this pattern in her life where she was self-sabotaging and doing a lot of harmful things to herself and conversely to her family. And I pointed that out, and that was interpreted. So it wasn't a nice conversation. I'll just be completely honest. It wasn't nice. Now, I don't mean it was mean. It just means it wasn't nice. It was direct. It was authentic. It was clear, and it was overdue. It was kind, but it was not nice. It was kind because it was about her betterment and her well-being, but it was not nice. She interpreted that the way I expected. She felt attacked. She felt that I was personally turning on her. So she went on a rampage, and she saw me as an enemy and spread a lot of bad information about me to the rest of her family, and even to the friends that I had connected her with, which were my friends as well. And she just went on this rampage, and I started hearing all this talk about how bad I was and how I had turned on them and how I had really let them down as a family and all this kind of thing. And then how I'd walked out on their life just like everybody else does, right? So I heard a lot of that. But that came from me coming to a conclusion that my niceness was not actually for her, it was for me. And it was a fear-based motivation. And until I'm willing to be kind and not nice, I'm really not going to be of service or help to this person, her family. So many years went by, and a lot of challenges and pain happened to that lady and her family. But eventually she recognized the kindness of why I drew that line with her, and the kindness of why I decided to stop being nice and to start being kind. And eventually she realized that, but it took some time. But I also saw that when you are nice, you're not operating from authenticity. And the other person as well, when they are just nice to you because they want something from you, they need you to accept them or like them. And as soon as you don't offer that, as soon as they interpret what you're saying or doing as not giving them that acceptance that they want, they will turn on you very quickly. So a nice person wants you to accept them, but as soon as being nice to you or being in a relationship with you costs them that acceptance, they will turn on you quickly. They are fickle, not stable people. So nice people they're not reliable. You cannot count on them. They will actually bail on you very quickly. Most nice people, they don't want the truth. They want your acceptance, they want your approval, but they don't want the truth. So what is kindness? Kindness many times looks the same as being nice, right? A lot of people confuse the two. What does it mean to be kind? What does it mean to be nice? But the fundamental difference between kindness and niceness is this. Kind people respect themselves. Kind people know who they are. They love themselves. They respect themselves. They have strong boundaries within themselves. They honor their own sovereignty. So a kind person will project that onto other people. So if I'm kind, I will project onto you self-respect. I will respect you. I will honor your sovereignty and your choices. I will love you and actually accept you. The reason I do that has nothing to do with you, however. The reason I do that is because it's a projection or an extension of my own self-love, self-respect, self-sovereignty. If I see myself that way, then I naturally project it to you. And that is what kindness is. But because kindness is fundamentally different than niceness, kind people don't actually need anything from you. A nice person needs you to like them. A nice person needs you to accept them. A kind person does not need that. So a kind person, when they know there's something that needs to be addressed, a kind person will be honest with you. They'll be authentic with you. They will challenge you when you need challenged. A kind person will do that. A kind person will not let you continue to destroy your life. A nice person will. A nice person will be afraid to confront you. A nice person will be afraid to speak the truth. A kind person, however, will do what's hard if it's for your best interest. So I want to talk to you about I want to just give you 3 words really quickly that are really interesting, right? 3 words. Those 3 words are the words authenticity, authority, and author. Do you see the similarity of those 3 words? Authenticity, authority, author, right? They all have the root of which is a word, auth, A-U-T-H in English, auth, comes from the Latin. It's actually a Latin verb called augere, A-U-G-E-R-E, I believe is how you spell it. But augere, and augere means to originate from or to grow from the source of origination. Isn't that powerful? So if you're an author, you actually are writing from that source of origination, right? That source within you. So if you are the author of something, you're writing or expressing something that's coming from within you. If you are somebody of authority, you are operating from an internal guidance system that originates and grows from a source within you. And the same thing for authenticity. If you're an authentic person, you are operating from a source that is within you. And everything that you express, whether you're an author, you're an authority figure, or you're authentic, is coming from that internal sourced place. And everything you do is growing and expanding that internal place. Isn't that amazing? Isn't that incredible? So here's a question for you. Do you operate from that sense of authenticity? From that sense, are you the author of your own story, of your own life? Are you an authority? Do you operate and walk in this inherent sense of authority and freedom? Right? Because if you are a kind person, you are. That's the source of kindness. It's that center from within you. When you don't need anything from anyone else, you can operate in a very kind way because you don't need anything from other people. It can be authentic. It can carry a lot of authority. Does this make sense? If you are nice, you are not operating from your own internal source or your own internal center. You're actually outsourced. You need other people to give you the acceptance that you're seeking. You need other people to give you the safety that you may be seeking, or the whatever it may be, the love that you may be seeking. It's coming from other people. So that's why people are nice, and it's a survival mechanism to try to get it from others. But you are not authentic when you do that. You are not the author of your life when you do that. You're the slave of whatever's happening in the circles you're running in. You're not the author of your experience. And you have no authority when you're nice. People often misunderstand me. People often think that I'm nice. But folks who think I'm nice, they don't really know me. If you get to know me long enough, you'll realize I'm not that nice. I am kind. You'll know that I'm kind, but I'm not that nice. And the reason I'm not nice is because I operate from this place, and I've learned this I've had to go through a lot of hardship to realize this. Most human behavior is not real. Most of it's fake. Most of it is surface level. Most people are operating from their own programming, their own fears. Very few people in this world actually operate from authenticity and from the core of their being. Okay? And I have no interest in propping up or keeping illusions alive. So this is why I'm in the line of work that I do. I'm a life coach for a reason. I'm on a mission in my life, and that mission, it's not about being liked. It's not even about being accepted. You see, it's not about being loved. I say this with all the kindness I can muster up. What you or anybody else may think about me really is meaningless to me. I really don't care if you are upset with me, if you're mad at me, if you like me, if you don't like me, if you reject me. None of that really matters to me. Not because I don't care about you, quite the opposite. I love you very much, and if you know me, you will know that I love you very much. But I really don't care what you think of me. And the reason for that is because I love myself. I don't need you to respect me because I respect myself. I don't need you to accept me into your little club or group or whatever, because guess what? Yeah, I accept myself. I love myself. I respect myself. So I'm not looking for it from you or anybody else out here in the world. I'm just simply not looking for it. And because of that, that frees me up to be about my mission. And really, I have a one-track mind. I have one mission in life, and that is, while I'm here on this earth, it is to be of service to you and to others. And it's to serve people and to help people become the most empowered and liberated version of themselves. And if you're on that journey, you'll probably sense a lot of resonation with me. If you're not really on that journey, or if you're not ready for that, we won't get along very well. Not because I'll be angry with you or upset with you, but you will not find me to be very nice. And most people who are nice, get to know me, stay around me for a little while, you'll find out that I'm actually not that nice, but I am kind, and I am committed to you, and I'm committed to your well-being. And that's not always nice. It's not always comfortable, but it is always kind. So how about yourself? Are you nice? Are you a nice person? Or are you kind? Do you perform for others to get them to like you? Or do you naturally just already extend your love, your acceptance, your sense of respect? Do you just extend that to others? Which is it? Do you need others to respect you and to love you and to like you? Or do you naturally give that to others because you don't need anything from them? Which is it? Are you nice or are you kind? Are you authentic? Or are you still performing for other people's acceptance? Are you the authority of your life? Are you in control of your life? Or are you seeking that authority and permission to be you from others? Which is it? I would ask you to sit with these questions. Ponder them. See the distinction between being nice and then being kind. And I would also love for you, if this video has been helpful, one of the things I would honestly, authentically ask from you is to give back. One of the ways you can give back to this channel is just hitting the like button. It really does go a long way. It's free, it's easy. All you do is hit the like button and hit the subscribe button. These teachings are a public service for people, but they exist to help people and to serve people. And if you've been served by this video, my encouragement would be to help spread the word about this channel and this video. And one of the ways you can do that is by liking and subscribing, liking the video, subscribing to the channel. So let me encourage you to do that. Love to hear from you also. If you would like to leave a comment, how does this speak to you? Put it in the comment section. That also helps a lot of us as we process this information. I personally just love to hear what resonated with you in this video. What specifically is sticking out to you? Where maybe are you in that transition from being nice to being kind, right? Are you insourced or are you outsourced? Do you speak from your own authority, your own authenticity, your own sovereignty, your own self-respect? Or are you looking for that from others? Which is it for you? Are you nice or are you kind? Do you enable people, or do you love people and challenge people to grow? Which is it for you? Can't do both. You cannot love a person and also enable them in their behavior that keeps them stuck. You can't do both. So if you're a healer, if you're somebody who cares about the betterment of other people, it's really important to learn the distinction between niceness and kindness. And if you feel like you could use some attention in this area, I always recommend to people to do the deep dive, right? To really move into deep-seated authority internally, to move into these places where you learn your own voice, you become the author of your own story, as opposed to letting the story that was written by others dictate and guide your life. We need to all learn how to author our own story and to become the authority figure in our own life. This takes deep inner work to do that. And if you would like more information about what that work could look like, I have a program. It's my 90-day signature one-to-one coaching program. It's a high level, very high intensity, very in-depth one-on-one coaching program that I offer. And it's called the Energy Acquisition System. If you would like some more information about that, just look at the link in the show notes below, and you can click on that link and decide if you would like some more information. It's not for everybody. It could be for you. So if you'd like to click that link, you can hear from some other folks who have worked with me in the past, and you'll also be able to schedule your own free consultation call, and we could hear a little bit more about yourself and to see if this is a good fit. My program would be a good fit for you, okay? So don't be afraid to reach out and to schedule your call, okay? And until the next video, take care of yourself.